Aries, hi. So this is going to be a reading for May 26th through June 1st. And I'll take a look into your recent past, your current energies, and your immediate future. And then I'll close it off with a couple of cards from the universe for you. And these are general readings, so they may not resonate for all of you. If they do, there is an extended. At the end of the video, you can check out the link for that in the description box below if you want. Let's see, Aries. Book. All right, the overall energy for the reading, the Page of Cups. Nice light energy. It's not, it's a little unlike Aries, but it's a cool one. It's a peaceful one. Unlike Aries in terms of unlike fire sign. It's not, fiery. But it's nice. It's one of those, slowly but surely, we're moving forward. Because there's definitely a build up to something. Okay. In the recent past, the 10 of Cups, the Queen of Wands, the 5 of Wands. Now that's a fiery energy right there. That's a fiery energy. That's Aries energy. Things are nice initially, and then they get all fired up. They get all fired up. Things are loving, nice in a particular dynamic, and then I see you showing up and being like, oh yeah? Let's spice things up a little bit. So I don't know what the hell happened, because I do see some conflict resulting out of who knows what. I'm not saying it's your fire that, oh, okay, you went in there and, poured gasoline on the thing. No. But definitely things kind of took a turn there. A little passionate, yes, but then at some point a little too passionate. In the current situation, the 3 of Swords, the 8 of Pentacles, the 4 of Wands. There's a commitment that shows up here, and it is looking like it's progressing, it's growing, There's some pain that's attached to it at this time. So either you're telling me we're working through that pain and we're trying to kind of move forward here past the pain, or you may be working on something painful that has to do with this connection, at this moment in time. Regardless, there's progress here, despite the pain. Or because of the pain, I don't know. But in the immediate future, the 9 of Pentacles, the 5 of Pentacles, the Judgment card. You're kind of on your own here. You're kind of forgetting about everything, everyone, and you're like, you know what? I need to do this on my own. And I don't know what the fuck this is, what you're talking about, but giving me a sense of completely detaching from any kind of attachment and just kind of going out there on your own and doing your thing. I don't know how to take this. On one hand, it's shown up quite transformative, quite powerful in that way. On another, it's almost shown up as if you're cutting off everything, And I don't think that's the case here. Maybe, I don't know. Let's clarify. Let's see. Let me see the Page of Cups. Oh, so there is a fiery energy there, but it's contained. Maybe you've learned how to work with that energy here. The King of Wands, the 8 of Wands, the King of Pentacles. I'm not saying I love fire energy. I'm a fire sign, so I love that kind of an energy. But I do know that sometimes when we get, overboard a little bit with it, it can be quite intimidating for whoever is not a fire sign or under that fire. But it does look quite contained here on your side. Like, yeah, you're keeping it. You're passionate about whatever it is you're putting out there. And this could be about work, by the way. Because I see you almost being like, super serious and kind of like we need to take care of things here, okay, excuse me. But again, underneath it all, that fire is there, that passion is there for whatever it is you're doing here. So pretty cool energy, pretty grounded. Maybe that's why you're showing up as, we're just taking it one day at a time. We're just doing our thing here. Okay. What is going on here? For the 10 of Cups in the recent past, you get the 3 of Swords, the Hangman, the 6 of Cups. Yeah, there's a soul connection there that you're part of. There's this pain that shows up every time I flip a card. It's like pain. I'm like, okay, what's up with the pain? I don't know. It does seem to, at least over there, it does seem to result out of someone's involvement or lack of, more likely. Interesting. Because from an energetic standpoint, yeah, both energies are there with it. There's love. When it comes to getting down to it and just kind of like, you know, put your money where your mouth is, squeaking sounds over there. Yeah, somebody's not really showing up 100% for this. Let me do the Queen of Wands, the Knight of Cups, the Moon, the Knight of Pentacles, and you're losing your drive. You're losing your, you know, involvement, your passion, especially if whoever you're dealing with is not showing up in the same way that you do. At some point, all of us would react in the same way. We would kind of be turned off, like, okay, what am I doing here then? So I don't see you necessarily recognizing that, because I see it happening at a pretty subtle way, like at a deeper level than the surface, where on the surface you're still showing up for it. You're still like, no, I'm here with it, you know, but underneath it all, I'm like, you're slowing down. You're slowing down there. And again, it would be something you wouldn't realize in the moment. Now that you look back at it, you could probably tell, like, yep, I was kind of slowing down back there. For the 5 of Wands in the recent past, you get the Magician, the Temperance card, the 8 of Cups. I feel like you lost it and you didn't realize that you lost it. You know, your involvement in this, your stake in this. I feel like at some point it kind of hits you like a train. Like, what the... When did I stop caring about this? You know, it's kind of looking a little bit like that. Maybe a fight did it, or a misunderstanding there, because I do see some conflict, and then I do see you kind of being like, oof, I lost this one. Like, I have no drive for it anymore. And not only that, but realizing that it happened a while ago. So you were in this situation without even realizing that emotionally you were no longer there. And then it hit you. Okay, let's do the 3 of Swords. In the current situation, the King of Cups, the Queen of Wands, the Queen of Pentacles. The good part here about it all is that whatever happened there led you into a place of looking into yourself a little more, putting yourself first, loving yourself a little more. So all of that situation definitely did for you. You know, so that's what you get out of it when I find you here, which is pretty satisfying. The pain of that is still here though, so there's still some scars, some probably open wounds about that whole thing. Why? For the 8 of Pentacles, in the current situation, you get the Queen of Cups, the 4 of Wands, the 5 of Swords. The bad news is, exactly, and why is this, what? Hold on. This is ridiculous. I never have my phone on. I hate them Apple products with all my heart, because one, why does it go to my laptop that's working stuff on its own when I never asked it to? And I know you're gonna say, you know, there's settings for it, blah, blah, blah. I'm too old for that shit. And 2, shut up. I never keep it on sound. Anyways, the bad news is, back to you. I see a commitment here, playing out in a way of, yeah, we're working on it. You know, we're working on it because there's love here. It's not very convincing in the way that this energy shows up because it's very deceptive. With the Five of Swords showing up on top of that. So it's almost like someone telling me that and knowing while they say those words that they're lying. I don't know who's doing that. If it's you, if it's whoever, whatever. But somebody's doing it. Somebody's giving me statements here of what's going on. Let's do the Four of Wands. Yeah, no. Okay. For the Four of Wands, you get the Death card, the World card, the Five of Pentacles. It's been a very, very long time since I've gotten 3 cards representing an ending for a clarification. All of them. Individually. And then put together. So, what we have here is definitely a commitment in which one side of the fence says, we're working on it. We're actually making progress. The other side of the fence says there's nothing to work on. This is done. This is a done deal. Or I'm only talking to one energy here that is kind of experiencing both things at the same time. You know, one being delusional about the situation, one being more realistic about it. And then it's like, you feel now that it's all done and over with. And you see that that's what's happening. And then, 5 minutes later, you're like, oh, no, this is working out great. I don't know where the other party is, but it's when they get here, they'll tell you it's working out great. I don't think so. I think we're dealing with 2 separate energies where one thinks that, hey, things are looking up, while the other shut this down potentially a while ago. Now, the problem with all of this is not even that I just mentioned, is that I think that the energy of this connection is still very much open, running here. So the energy that shows up here saying this is a done deal, what the hell is that energy still doing here then? If this is a done deal. You know what I mean? So whichever side of the fence you're on, you pick and choose here, you would know. But yeah. 9 of Pentacles. In the immediate future, you get the Strength card, the Ace of Cups, the Four of Swords, sorry. Someone's looking at you. This someone is definitely you. You're looking for a brand new beginning here. Fresh start, something brand new here. And it's not easy, but I see you going there in those energies. Being like, okay, it's not easy, no, but it's doable. So, pretty nice energy. You're picking yourself up and you're like, okay, scratch everything. Let's start new. For the 5 of Pentacles in the immediate future, you get the Fool, the 9 of Cups, the 7 of Pentacles. And you've got the attitude, man. I don't know where you're coming up with this energy, but yeah, it is fresh. It is new. You're feeling great in that place when you get here. In that place of feeling like anything is possible type of an energy. And yeah, you're working through what seems to be a separation, a detachment, again, from potentially that or a lot of other things. But I think mainly that. So even though this energy is still running for now, with that amount of an ending over it, I think at some point it's gonna crash. It's a done deal. Maybe not just yet, but pretty soon. Pretty soon before you get to this point, because what you're doing here is, yes, looking at this, opening up to this energy of fresh, brand new and all of that, but you're doing it as you're going through a loss, which I would assume it's this, the loss of whatever this is, which is already carrying those energies of loss. So your energy is great though, because it's focusing on whatever's ahead. You're not allowing yourself to get stuck in these energies of this loss, no matter how difficult it is, because it's massive as an energy. For the Judgment card in the immediate future, you get the 6 of Wands, the 8 of Swords, the 4 of Pentacles. And you're entering, you're You're looking like you're stepping into this brand new beginning for sure. And you're looking super nice, super open to it, super in your power as you enter this stage of your life. And then you're so excited about what's up ahead, but I do see a little bit of a rough road coming up for you there, because whatever this new cycle is quite transformative. So it's going to be very healing at times, and it's going to be very rocky at times, because that's what healing is. So as you kind of like, yay, we're doing this and it feels great, then it's like, uh-oh, what is this? I didn't anticipate this obstacle to show up, which I don't know what that is, but I do see it having a lot to do with your stubbornness. So the more stubborn you get about how difficult whatever that is that shows up for you, which I would assume it's a challenge, the harder it's going to get. Don't get too stubborn about it. Yeah, go at it like this, jump in it, full on, and trusting the process. And then when a challenge shows up, just don't, just let it show up. It's a very transformative energy, as I said. So to me, it's no surprise that some challenges are going to show up along the way. But it's nothing you can't overcome as long as you keep yourself in the present moment, and don't hang on to things, to especially overthinking things and stuff like that. Just let it pass. It's an energy, just like this one that kind of engages you in all of it. So it's an energy. It's going to pass if you let it. But if you hang on to it, oh my God, this sucks and it's so bad and so this and it's so that, it's going to stay longer and it's going to get bigger. From the universe, as a final advice, you get the Lovers, the Nine of Cups, the Knight of Swords. You're paving your way towards something really, really nice. And it does look like it's a connection at the end of that road there. I don't know if it's here, this connection. I don't think it's present yet. It shows up like an energy at the end of this road that you're embarking on. I would assume it's this path, of transformation, of whatever it is you're undergoing here, to get to the final destination, which includes a connection there. Which, again, I don't think you're in the presence of that connection yet. It could be one of those that's already, as a frequency attached to your heart, and you'll recognize it when you get there. Or it could even be one of those that maybe passed through your life at some point, and you get there and you're like, I don't know. But it's not about the connection now. It's about the path. You know what I mean? So that's what I have for you. Hope this helped, and I'll see you next time.